Disney Plus and Hulu continue their foray into Korean dramas with Blood Free, which is set to end its 10-episode run on May 8. Starring Joo Ji-hoon, who first burst on the scene with 2006's hit show Gung, and Han Hyo-joo, who made waves in the Disney Plus original Moving, the science fiction show follows a company that has mastered the art of cultured meat. When co-founder and CEO Yoon Jae-woo, Han, finds herself targeted by a mysterious hacker who puts her life and company at risk, she hires Woo Chae-woon, Ju, as her bodyguard. Chae-woon is a retired army officer who, unbeknownst to Jae-woo, has infiltrated Blood Free in order to investigate her possible role in an assassination attempt against the president. Though the two begin their working relationship distrusting each other, they soon must rely on one another more and more to uncover a deeper plot against both the company and Korean society at large. The question of artificial meat, and further applications into grain and vegetables, resonates in the real world as characters and audience members alike contemplate what they sacrifice for comfort. Screen Rant interviewed Ju about playing Woo Chae-woon in Blood Free, how he contemplates the real-life implications of the fictional sci-fi series, and what he learned from working on the Netflix K-drama Kingdom. Joo Ji-hoon breaks down Chae-woon's motivations in Blood Free. Screen Rant: I'm really enjoying your work in Blood Free. What is it that you look for when you receive a script offer? What about Blood Free in particular spoke to you? Joo Ji-hoon: what's important for me is that I cannot wait to get to the next page when I'm reading a script. It has to be an easy read for me, and that was the case for Blood Free. A lot of advanced technology is mentioned in the script, and I'm no expert in that area. But because it has such a strong context, you can understand it instantly. I feel like that's very important because the audience isn't always an expert in the story's background, so it has to be something you can get easily from context. Your character, Chae-woon, is dedicated to uncovering those responsible for the terrorist attack. What is it that haunts him most about that day? Why is he so singularly motivated by this? Joo Ji-hoon: in my opinion, so there's two sides to it, one public and one personal. The official side of things is that it was his occupation as a soldier to protect the head of the country, and he failed to do so. I think that's something that haunts him. The second, more private, part would be that his best friend was also hurt due to the terrorists and so were innocent children. That leads to huge, personal rage. He's someone who harbors a huge amount of guilt because of what happened that day, and the things that he failed to do then. And I think that has led to almost an obsession of him wanting to get to the bottom of it. The dynamic between Chae-woon and Jae-woo is really fascinating to watch, and you and Han Hyo-joo play off each other really well. Can you talk about working with her, how you get comfortable in scenes together, and how that relationship evolves over the course of the season? Joo Ji-hoon: I've always felt that Han Hyo-joo is a very solid actor. It may have to do with her character, but this time around, she carried a sense of gravitas and weight in all her scenes and even on set. There was a sense of tension all throughout, which helped me because I felt like I was really supported by her as an actor. As for how the chemistry will play out from now on, I think that's something you're just going to have to wait and see. Grappling with Blood Free's battles, both physical and philosophical. Joo Ji-hoon holding wounded person in Blood Free Episode 6. In Episode 6, Chae-woon makes a big discovery about synthetic organs after he gets into his own accident. How has that changed his goals or shaped his view of Jae-woo and BF since? What can you tease about the final episodes? Joo Ji-hoon: the first part is known to the audience through the recent episode. In the beginning, he was indeed enraged thinking about how unethical all of it was and how he thought BF was trying to make the most amount of money through all of it. But then he later understands through Jae-woo that this can be used for good. There's a line where Jae-woo says that everyone will die eventually, but not everyone has to hurt before they die. I think in a subtle way, we threw this question out there to the audience for people to think about. If you had to choose, what option would you choose? What things should we truly value? That question is really interesting, as Blood Free's dealings with the food industry have real-world implications. Did this drama make you think about your own life choices or food consumption in any new or interesting way? Joo Ji-hoon: I am no scholar, but I think Blood Free just used the subject matter of cultured meat to tell a variety of messages. One example is the arrival of cars. Obviously, it has given us a huge benefit in how we can travel or transport so easily. It has brought up a lot of gains and convenience, but there have obviously been a lot of side effects, including gas emissions and whatnot. I think all things in the world have both sides to them, so I feel like through either drama series or novels, you can enjoy these stories and show that people can easily have access to these things as a gateway to having these discussions and debates about what really matters in the world. You can ask questions that really don't have a set answer, and I think that process in itself is very meaningful.